What's up, guys? I'm Chad, mostly known for Chadz Mini Fab on Instagram. Been posting there for, I don't even know how long. This is my current mini bike build. I started growing up building hot rods and cars with my brother-in-law, Neil. He worked for Von Hausen, and I noticed everybody that could work on cars and stuff, because I grew up poor, those are the guys with money and making money. So I learned how to work on cars and engines young. And my first business was building lawnmowers and mowing everybody's yard in my whole neighborhood, working on people's lawnmowers for the church, and then it escalated. I went to school for ROP Automotive. You just name it. Anything automotive wise, I wanted to be into racing, doing everything. So, I built several Mustangs. Coming from California, I'm here in the Pacific Northwest now. I don't touch any old cars anymore because here everything is garbage. But in California, I could go pull a Mustang out of the weeds, spend some time with it, rebuild it, go through it, and make a little profit and have some fun driving around beforehand. That is not the case here in Washington. So about 15 years ago, I bought this house, bank owned, dirt cheap, cleared the lot, built this shop. Big as I could go. The municipality wouldn't let me build it any bigger than 1,000 square feet, or I had to zone my house as commercial. So I literally cut my shop in half. And then after I got it built, my wife said, hey, it would be nice to get the office out of the house. And so I lost a little more space here. So eventually I'll take that space back and do an add-on for an office. But as of now, this is my little shop. I'm always dabbling in stuff. I started out on the marketplace finds, had a Serengeti Badger, did a brand new Coleman from the store, out of the box, and did all this stage stuff, and realized, I hated stock mini bikes. I hated going through all the stage stuff. And when COVID hit, man, I sat out here for like kind of a month straight. And everybody's like, where's Chad, And my wife's like, I don't know, he's out there playing with that damn mini bike. And people started telling me, man, you love this so much, you should do something with it. So I did. I had a small parts store for a while. And it was, went from fun to chaotic to shipping stuff around the world. It was anything but mini bikes, really. It was just buying, stocking, shipping, overwhelming. I had all the other small mini bike places that aren't even in our state. Their workers trolling me, everything I would buy and I would be highlighting, they would be, like, we got it on sale, $2 cheaper type deal. And it was really, there was no, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. So, I was at a point where I was like, okay, I got to either, hire somebody to deal with this company and invest like $100,000 and just go for it, or just let it go and focus on building mini bikes where I really have all my fun. And, after COVID hit, and then it seemed like every year the prices and things were just not, it just wasn't a profitable thing to do. So I got rid of that and shut down the little website and just focused on my shop and building bikes and ride outs, and been having pretty much fun. I built several bikes, and no two exactly the same. The street racer profile of what I've been kind of playing with a lot lately is the closest I've come to building the same bike twice, but they've all been a little bit different as I grow and learn and play with them. I'm pretty happy with the last few bikes that I built, although there is one, the Nomad, I really wanted back. I felt like, I lost a big piece of myself when I sold that bike. And then I seen it at a ride out one day, all hacked up, and I was like, I could build it again. So I'm over that. But I mostly, build mini bikes here, but you never know what I'm going to have my hands on. Back when I first started, the economy was roaring. So, I'm a general contractor. I'm a certified electrician. I'm a licensed fab shop. But I really avoid doing anything unless I want to. Good life, family, I take care of my family. That's really my joy, spending time with the family, getting away from the family out here, building mini bikes on my own, keeping my headspace. Lately I've been hitting the gym a lot, you know, just trying to stay healthy. You know, because I put on like 30 pounds after COVID for a while. I couldn't get it off. And just as of recently, I dropped like 10 pounds going like roof every day to the gym. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I know this video's going to be a long bunch of nonsense, but you know, the economy was good. I was making parts with freaking grinders, and I said, hey man, I can't really do stuff to the quality I want with grinders. So dropped about 10 grand on a plasma CNC table. This is a STV CNC table, which highly needs maintenance. I mean, it is freaking dirty. Like I can't zoom into it right now, but all of the engines and stuff I've built have always escalated. This is my current build. It's a 310 block. I've done all the work myself. Like if you were to say staging of heads, this would be like all of the stages. So I don't plan on going slow on this next bike. So I do have a new bike coming out soon. I almost was gonna break away from this bike right now because I'm waiting on parts. My usual formula for rockers isn't gonna work with this head because I got big 6 mil valves in there. So I've got to order some new rockers. Got some downtime time, so I might be starting another frame, just getting it until I get the parts I need. But I mean, I could walk you through my shop, show you. You know, my first table was twice as big as this, and built it myself. Just ordered the top, had somebody laser cut it. It was 3 by 5. Got to be where it was just taking up too much room, too big, cumbersome. So I built this one, same thing. I just bought the top and built everything else myself. Got rid of my table jig. I pretty much just use this chop source jig. I did start out with it on a rotisserie, but it was kind of big and long, and I still have all my rotisserie stuff. And whenever you're building, you know, you gotta have some table space. So I prefer this jig on a table, and yeah, I did lose my ability to rotate it and stuff, but I prefer it like this now, and takes up a little less room, feels like. But these are my welders. I got this ancient Miller 210. I think it's as old as me. And it's an old transformer welder. I'd really like to get like a inverter Miller 252. You see those guys doing the roll gauges all the time, just super clean and consistent arc with those. I'd really like to step up to one of those one day. I see him every so often on Marketplace, and I'm like, oh. And, you know, I do, you know, jump on Marketplace builds all the time and Marketplace tools. So you never know really what's going to show up in my shop. This right here is my Everlast TIG welder. I was on a kick having to learn aluminum TIG welding for a while, and I got pretty good at it, but I really haven't been playing with it for a while. I do mean to get back to it though. Start playing with that soon. But I ran through like 4 or 5 TIG welds until I found one that I could just like learn and progress from. This Everlast, man, I have had no problems with it. I like this old school that has the knobs, so I could just glance over and see where all my settings are. It's not like, you know, something where you're like, did I screw up this setting? You got to go over there and scroll through it. You just glance over and see it all. They do have better TIG welders, but that was the one that got me welding good. So at some point, you know, I got to replace this one and get an inverter so I can clean up my welds. The main thing, challenge I had with mini bikes is I was doing structural welding, straight line, no problem. I can make them look beautiful. But like mini bikes, you know, this small 7/8 tubing, it's fast. So like you've got to have your hand real dexterous and be able to see what you're doing. I've seen a lot of guys that have like really great ideas for mini bike builds, but can't weld worth of crap. You know, I try to help them out and tell them, just stick with it. It's impossible to start doing mini bike frames with beautiful welds. It's so hard, it's so fast. And so I get better over time, but I don't consistently just knock out mini bikes constantly. You know, I do welding, I do engine building. Most recently, I got built my own powder coat oven. I'm known to dabble and go off down a rabbit hole, and this was my last rabbit hole that I went on. It's a 3x3 4 burner. I did some stuff really good. I did some stuff wrong, like the gasket around the door needs to be replaced. You can kind of see here, it leaks a little bit and it stinks sometimes. I started out as a 2 burner and it wasn't getting hot enough, and then I added these 2 bad boy burners, and now I think it slightly gets a little too hot, but I'm about to replace the other 2 burners and do some calibration on the Inkbird and get that running better, because every time I build a frame I want to powder coat it if I can. I started out with a big bandsaw cutting tube, realized bandsaws, you know, tend to walk, and so I switched over to this little mini evolution saw. I run a Diablo blade on it. That freaking thing cuts anything, and it's always like damn near true. So this was my last little project. I haven't quite finished yet. I got some more stuff for it, like the quick change and some other stuff I'm going to do to it. The one thing I have done to it is increase this giant chuck in here. It came with a few. This was the original little dinky one. Couldn't do nothing with it. So, you know, honestly guys, I kept saying, oh, you know, I gotta wait till I clean up my shop to do a walk around video and tell people, show them what I'm like, man, I'm never gonna get that done. I'm just gonna walk around. So this is my dirty side of the shop. All the dirty work is always happening right here, unless I'm notching tube. That's what this big bowl is down under my table whenever I'm notching tube, just a big catch bowl. As far as tubing bending, I really got something that's more heavy duty than I actually need. This Pro Tools, geez, what is that? That's a 105 HD. I like this because at the time I was looking around, it's on wheels, came with stand, it was on sale. It did what I wanted to do. I wish I had a more mandrel style bender now, so I could do a little bit tighter bends, but it is what it is. I like that bender. You know, I like just hitting a button, doing the hydraulic. I don't like the air over hydraulic. It's so loud. I don't like all that. So this one's quiet, smooth. You know, I do construction, so man, I could just get beat up at work sometimes. And, you know, I got a project that I've been thinking about all day, and I want to come home, bend some tube. That makes it to where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go out there and do it. I'm not over there just reefing and working out after I just beat myself to death at work. So, but yeah, that's pretty much my shop, guys. I'll start getting more into YouTube as we go. And every time I get a project, I'll try to take snippets and then edit something. But most of the time, I'm just a one-take wonder. And if it sucks, I might go down a rabbit hole. That's what I'm known for. That's how I started building mini bikes. I freaking fell in love with mini bikes, and now I'm like extreme mini bike hobby builder from hell. Anyway, that's me, guys. Look out for more stuff coming soon. Thanks for watching.